So yesterday we touched on technology and automation and how it improves our operational efficiency, which it does, but there is a however to that. Okay, with all the technology that we have, there's a lot of data that gets collected. And as you can see here, just with the cow, we've got this mass amount of data that one piece of technology or 2 or 3 pieces of technology can capture from about the cow, from her body temperature, whether or not she's in heat or not, whether or not her milk production has gone down, what her cow body condition score is like, and whether or not she has any lameness or not. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And that's only the cow. There's also other aspects of the farm where we get a lot of information. And then we get massive information overload because we have information about the calves and what each individual calf is doing. Is she drinking enough? What's her live weight gain? What's going on with my feed? How much feed's going in? How much feed's being refused? What's going on inside my barn? The list and the information goes on and on and on and on. And then we end up like Houston Control, where I'm having to sit down and I'm having to scroll through all this information because it's not in one place, right? My milking equipment supplier gives me a group of information. My mixer wagon or my feeding software gives me another piece of information. My automated calf rearing gives me another piece of information. My barn environment control gives me another piece of information. And it's all very fragmented and it's disjointed. And you're either going to need multiple screens to put it all up, to figure out how each of these pieces of information connect with one another, or you've got this massive Excel spreadsheet where you're trying to figure out what information am I needing to look at. It's really, really difficult. Dairy farmers, not necessarily equipped, designed to be sitting down and spending hours and hours trying to go through data to figure out what is useful data and what is not useful information. So here's a fun fact for you. Okay, and this is information from 2017, so a little bit out of date. But according to the USDA, 73% of farms had access to a computer. Okay, that is up by 40% in comparison to 2011. 67% of dairy farms in the US had internet. 47% were using computers for their business nationally. 39% of the producers were using tablets or smartphones to access the internet while they're working on their day-to-day operations. And the average age of the US dairy farmer making the decision was 50 years of age, right? So not great technology enablers. So that makes it more difficult for these guys to want to embrace and harness and utilize the technology, all right? Some guys, classic example, I've got this great reporting information coming from my parlor, and all I'm getting out of it is liters and fat and protein. And I'm not using everything else. Okay, so we're buying the bells and whistles and we're just using a bell. And so that seems to be a big stumbling block for a lot of businesses as well. All right, so along comes exceptional reporting. All right, these reports, they're going to make life easier because what they're going to be doing is they're highlighting what is outside of the norm. So all I have to do is pop up a dashboard on my laptop, on my phone, and instantly I'm getting just the information that I need to be proactive in my business, to get there, to do something, make a difference before it's too late. Okay, I'm not missing the boat because I'm spending all this time poring over the data trying to figure out what to do, how to use the data. It allows me to spend more time doing activities that are going to be far more beneficial for my business versus trying to be a data manager. So, at the end of the day, which one of these dairy farmers do you want to be? Do you want to be the dairy farmer on the left who's got his laptop, another set of screens, a calculator, a notebook, and trying to figure out what the information is and not getting out onto farm and seeing what's happened? Or do you want to be this guy here who's got on his handheld, on his tablet, sitting out on his laptop, the absolute necessary information required to do and operate his day-to-day dairy farming business? Thank you.